Somebody's on. Welcome. A few people on. Hey, Will. Hi, Karen. Just finalizing my last few things. A few other people obviously here. Welcome, everybody. Who's on? We'll get going in about 20 minutes or so. I'm not a monkey trying to make me do tricks. Just like I said, finalizing the last few things, make sure I'm all set up and good to go for tonight. Welcome to Tuesday Night Trivia, everybody. Hope you're in for a fun time. A few more people. Hi. Chance for some big points this week. Go over my questions one more time. All right, 7 people in. 6, I guess. I'm 1. Oh, Maddie from LA is playing today. That's Karen's daughter. I assume she'll probably be on team 42. As yeah. Titanic Swim Club is in. Welcome. Hope everybody is able to find the score sheets on the event page. Got those pulled up. Right. Still about 15 minutes, 12, 13 minutes. So I live down in Portland, for those that don't know, and I got my wife and I have a pretty sweet spot here. We're actually on Eastern Prom, so I'm actually looking out my front window at the water and down at the park, and I can count at least 25 people that are out there on the prom, and we're just on one end of it. Beautiful day down here. This thing's supposed to get even warmer here the next couple days. All right. So once again, if you're watching and you do want to make comments or have questions you want to ask on the live feed on YouTube, you do need to be logged into YouTube into an account, and you can then make comments into the live chat. If you do have any other questions, though, you can always message me on Facebook. I do have my phone here, so I can message you from that. I also have it up on my computer if you need to. So if anything does come up at any time tonight, don't hesitate to ask. Looks like it says we have 14 people attending. One person interested. 17 others invited. We'll see. Been doing pretty good recently, having good 7 teams Will, how many do we have last week? Do we have 7 teams or 6? If I'm not hosting, I really don't pay attention to how many teams there are. There's usually the standard few that always come in and play along the past few weeks. Got a couple new joiners, which has been fun. Glad people can have something to look forward to during these times, although things are starting to open up, so that's nice. It's starting to get nice here in New England anyway, here in Maine, so I know people have been getting out a little bit. And for the most part, everybody's being responsible and conscientious of others, which is great. All right, up to 10 people, a few more people joining in. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Nice long 3-day weekend for some, those that are back working or have been working this whole time. For me, been the same old for these past few weeks. Just the weather's been nice, that's all. All right, 11 people on. Getting a few more here and there as we're getting closer. Either Scorpio is on, sort of. I'm going to guess that either Scorpio is maybe not a full team as of right now. Maybe missing some of their teammates. So now we have at least, let's see, 1 by 2, 3. I'm thinking at least 4 teams that are here as of now. Titanic, 42 out of Scorpio, 12 people watching. I'm guessing maybe at least 1, 2 more teams. So hopefully 5 teams. All right. Got Arizona fans, Arizona folks here joining us. Still going with the Coverlord. Coverlord. Is that going to be the team name for you guys again? Man in White Castle is on. Welcome. Limited time only. Is that Team Cool? Yes. 111 in Arizona right now. Okay, that's a little high. Men in White Castle, does that mean you're only going to be around for maybe the first half of this? Or saying this might be one of your last weeks with us? Minute to win it. Perfect. All right, I better stop drinking water from hosting. Be right back, everyone, and we'll get going in just a second. Oh, I don't know. All right. Quiz in my pants. Man in White Castle, 42. Team Cool. I have the Scorpio. Coverload. I think 6 teams. It's pretty good. Well, everybody joining. Just like always, I hope everybody's enjoying their time. Welcome to Tuesday Night Trivia. I might as well kind of get going and get everybody up to date. I'm pretty sure, I don't think we have anybody new. Pretty sure that everybody's here, has played before, either in person at one of the Byrnes or over the past. I believe this is week 12. I think this is my 6th time hosting, and Will also has hosted 6 times. So I believe this is week 12. So thank you all for coming and hanging out with us. Hope you've been enjoying it, giving Will and I something to do over the past few weeks to kind of keep ourselves engaged. Pretty simple for rules. Obviously, we had to have a little fun, fair, friendly competition. Let's keep it at that. I know you guys are all online watching this YouTube. You're on the Google Docs page, but please don't Google anything. Just if you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. You might learn something new today. Just some fun, simple, fun facts. So let's keep this fair, fun, and friendly. We're here on kind of not on behalf, but we're doing this because we all attended, most of us have attended the Byrnes Tuesday Night Trivia in Bath, and I think it's Wednesday night for Brunswick Byrnes. We do have a GoFundMe page where we're trying to help out the staff there during the tough times they've been closed. Hopefully here maybe in the next week or two, we'll get some good news, and we'll hopefully be able to go back to attend the trivias there. But in the meantime, we are asking if you just, what you normally leave for a tip, if you just continue to do that every week with us, that'll just kind of help them out. And Will's going to be delivering that check to them once everything opens up. So that is something we're asking. It is in the event page on Facebook. So please go and check that out. I think it's over $1,300 now, which is fantastic. And that'll be a nice little chunk of change for the workers, the bartenders, Maggie, and the cooks and servers there. We all love them. That's one of the reasons why we go, the atmosphere, and just kind of just a little way for us to say thank you for everything. And we want them to come back when everything opens up fully, and we can get back into our old routines and have more fun in person and be able to banter in live. So again, the the live chat for YouTube, please feel free to have some fun banter there. Please don't type in right or wrong answers there. But if something has come up, clarifying question, need something repeated, you can type it in there. If not, I have my phone with me, so if you're friends with me on Facebook, you can always send me a message and I can answer it there. There might be a couple times for pronunciation purposes, I might type in a name. So feel free to look at the live chat when that comes up. But yeah, it's 7:01. Let's get going. So 6 categories, 6 questions. Each category has a different theme. We'll do 3 of the categories. We'll take a short break. I'll go over the answers. Start the next 3 categories. Do those, go over the answers, check scores, and find out who the winner is for tonight's May 26th, Tuesday night trivia. So let's get going. Category 1, I am starting with gods and mythology. So gods and mythology for category number 1. I will be saying each question at least twice. And again, at the end of every round, every category, if you do need one repeated, I can do that for you. So here we go. Category 1, gods and mythology. Number 1, this god or goddess, the goddess, was the sister and wife of Zeus. This goddess was the sister and wife of Zeus. Who was that? $18 people watching. I think we're up to 7 teams. It's pretty good. It's a lot, really good. All right, so that was number 1. Number 2, category 1, gods and mythology. Odin had 2 brothers. So for 2 points, name Odin's 2 brothers. This might be a little tough. You don't really hear about them in the Marvel movies. But Odin had 2 brothers. So for 2 points, 1 apiece, name them. All right. No, that might be a tough one for some people and having some discussions. I can come back to that if you need. Number 3. Question number 3 for gods and mythology. Our planets are named after which culture's gods? Our planets in our solar system are named after which culture's gods? So which culture, the names of their gods, we got our planets' names from? Number 3. All right, moving on to question number 4 in gods and mythology. Question number 4. In the Marvel movies, Hela is depicted as Loki's and Thor's sister, but in reality, she is a daughter of who? So in the Marvel movies, Hela is depicted as Loki and Thor's sister, the oldest of the 3, but in reality, she is the daughter of who? Question number 4. 19 people on. Nice. All right, moving on to question number 5. Question 5. In gods and mythology. This Titan was one of the leaders who fought against Zeus. And once he was defeated, he had to bear the heavy weight of a harsh punishment. Who was that? So once again, number 5. This Titan was one of the leaders who fought against Zeus. And once defeated, he had to bear the heavy weight of a harsh punishment. Who was that? All right. Moving on here to number 6. Question number 6. Last one for gods and mythology. Even though the gods between the Greeks and Romans are very similar, they're named differently. Except for one of the major gods has the same name in both cultures. Which god is this? Now, this is one of the major gods. So even though the gods between the Greeks and Romans are very similar, as in what they did, the gods of one thing, they just named them differently. Except there's one major god that has the same name for both cultures, so for both Greek and Roman. Who was that god? So that's all 6 questions for category 1. Please repeat question number 4. That sounds just fine. So number 4, in the Marvel movies, I believe it's specifically Ragnarok, Thor Ragnarok, Hela, is Hela, is depicted as Loki and Thor's sister, their older sister. But in reality, Hela is the daughter of who? Any other repeats for anybody? Repeats for gods and mythology. All right. I think that's good for everybody. Again, you can on the Google Docs, you can always go back. You're not going to submit everything until category 3 is finished. So if we are in category 3 and you're still having a discussion on one from the first 2 categories, you can always go back, change answers, or if you put a couple down and you just need to get rid of one, you can do that. Or you can always ask me for a repeat in any category. I can always do that too. Category number 2 is current events. Current events. All these events have happened within the past 2 weeks, I believe. So, yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Here we go. Question number 1. Question number 1. What a job by Peyton. Thanks for helping me beat Phil Mickelson this time around. Tom Brady showed up too. What a fun day for even a better cause. This was quoted by who on Twitter after the completion of Capital One's The Match this past Sunday? Our neighbor's cat's on our porch and he's looking in the window at me. Hi, Gus. So here's question 1 again. What a job by Peyton. Thanks for helping me beat Phil Mickelson this time around. Tom Brady showed up too. What a fun day for even a better cause. And this was quoted by Who on Twitter after the completion of the Capital One's The Match this past Sunday. 1 second. Pictures. Well, Alex can, my wife can be the judge and let you know that there is a Gus, but we haven't seen him out on our porch before, so that's kind of neat. All right. Question number two. Question number 2 in current events. What city is about to have its government bypassed by plans to impose new national security laws? Once again, number 2. What city is about to have its government bypassed by plans to impose new national security laws? Question number 2. All right, moving on to question number 3 in current events. Question 3. How many states are now at least partially reopened? So how many U.S. states are now at least partially reopened? Question number 3. All right, moving on to question number 4. Question number 4 in current events. A Detroit priest used what to bless parishioners with holy water to help them maintain social distancing? So one more time, number 4, a Detroit priest used what to bless parishioners with holy water to help maintain social distancing? Number 4. All right, moving on to question number 5 in current events. Question number 5. On May 22nd, 4 days ago, this car rental company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. On May 22nd, this car rental company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Who was it? And number 6, last one for current events. Number 5. I'll repeat that one. May 22nd. On May 22nd, this car rental company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Now moving on to number 6. On May 24th, just 2 days ago, this world leader's trial began for corruption charges. For corruption. So on May 24th, this world leader's trial began for corruption, where the charges were for corruption. And yes, number 2 for current events. What city is about to have its government bypassed by plans to impose new national security laws? number 2. Any other repeats for category 2, everybody? I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds if you need any repeats, and we'll move on to number 3. Number 3, this next category might take a bit more time than the first 2. Any repeats for anybody? Maria is giving me crap for the headband. My hair is getting super long, and it's getting a little out of control, so the headband's there just to kind of contain it. I'm not a big fan of wearing baseball caps indoors, so yeah, the headband works just fine. All right, I think that's it. Moving on, category number 3. So category number 3, I call, this one's just deaths in movies. So I'm going to describe a scene or a movie, and you got to tell me who the person is. Now, 2 points for each question possible. I need you to give me the character name and the actor or actress. Okay, so give me the character's name for a point and actor or actress's name. Now, if you only get one, that's still 1 point. If you get them both, that's 2 points. It doesn't hinge on getting one right to get the second one right. Just if you give me the actor or actress, that can be a point. If you give me the character name, that's another point. Okay, so up to 12 points possible. Actually, you know what? There's going to be 13 points possible. One of them, you can get 3 points. All right, so here we go. Question number 1, deaths in movies. In Saving Private Ryan, Private Ryan doesn't die, but the other main character does. Who was it? So in Saving Private Ryan doesn't die. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie. But the other main character does. So the main character. Who was it? Character name, actor's name. I'm going to give everybody at least a good 45 seconds to a minute to discuss each one of these. So again, 1 point for the actor's name, 1 point for the character name. So I was in Saving Private Ryan. No, I'm not referring to Saving Ryan's Privates. Totally different genre. All right, moving on, number 2. Question number 2 in deaths in movies. This main character in Ghost dies in the first scene. This main character in Ghost dies in the first scene. Name of the actor and character. It's pick on Andy night, I guess, tonight. It's okay. Kills Dumbledore. He does, but I didn't put any Harry Potter in this category. Sorry. All right, moving on to question 3. I know, if you haven't seen these movies, I'm sorry for the major spoiler alerts. All right. You never saw Deadbeat. Oh, this is great. Number 3, going way back here. Going way back for number 3. Her death by melting was pretty intense for the movie coming out in 1939. Once again, her death by melting was pretty intense for the movie that came out in 1939. So again, character name and the actor, actress's name, each a point. If you only know one, that's fine. Put it down. That's at least a point. If you know them both, write them down. All right, moving on to, that was number 3, the death by melting. Number 4, question number 4. This important character dies at the end of the movie by taking too many arrows in the Fellowship of the Rings. So at the end of Fellowship of the Rings, this important character dies by taking too many arrows. Question number 4. Character name and actor's name. All right. Question number 5. Question number 5. Going to the first Top Gun movie, who was Maverick's partner? So who was Maverick's partner in the first Top Gun movie? Which I haven't seen the newer one, by the way. I don't know if anybody's seen that. For this one point for the actor, and I'll give you 2 points for the character name because he has a call sign. So I'll give you 1 point for that. But if you get the full first and last name of the character, I'll give you another point. So you can earn up to 3 points on this one. Actor's name, and then a point for his call name, and then another point for his real character name, first and last name of his character name. Skywalker, never heard of him, Mike. Who? So you can earn 3 points for question 5. So I guess if there's any diehard Top Gun fans out there, might be able to get an extra point on this one. That's number 5. Maverick's partner in the first Top Gun movie. All right, moving on here. Question number 6. This one's taking a little bit longer, but probably a little bit more of a discussion. So number 6 for deaths in movies. In the movie Troy, Brad Pitt killed a lot of people, but there was one big major battle scene. Who was that person that Brad Pitt killed in the movie Troy? Character name and actor. So once again, for number 6, Brad Pitt killed who in the movie Troy? Now, there's one big major battle scene. It was really intense if you've never seen it. Really, really good. But who was that actor? Character name and actor name. Now, that's all 3 categories. Please send me a little message if you need anything repeated. Please. And then once you are feel happy and content with your answers, please feel free to submit those. Whenever you have those done. But again, any repeats for any 3 of the categories, please shoot me a message now, and I'll get that repeated for you. I'll give you about another 30 seconds to a minute to conference with your team. Hey, you got one response. Man in White Castle is in. 42 is in. Still waiting. Anybody else? All right, go ahead and submit scores, everybody. And then once I get everybody in, or Scorpio, thank you. Quiz in my pants, thank you. Looking at some of the answers already, it looks like it's going to be pretty tight. A lot of people getting right answers. Nicely done. The KOs. All right, I see what you did there. Titanic's in. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Team Cool, thank you. Anybody else, or is that everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's it. Don't think anybody else is. That's everyone. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right. So here we go. Let's go over some answers, and we'll take a break while I tally up the scores, and we'll get back to the next 3 categories. So starting at the top with the gods and mythology. Question number 1: This god and goddess was a sister and wife of Zeus. That was Hera. Number 2: Odin had 2 brothers. So for 2 points, name them. It was Vili and Ve. I'll be a little lenient. It's spelled V-E, but I know somebody put V-A-Y, which I'll still count because phonetically that's how it sounds. Number 3: Our planets are named after which culture's gods? That is the Romans. Number 4: In the Marvel movies, well, in Thor Ragnarok, Hela is depicted as Loki and Thor's older sister, but in reality, she's actually the daughter of Loki. Number 5: This Titan, I hope it wasn't too much of a giveaway, but this Titan was one of the leaders who fought against Zeus. And once he was defeated, he had to bear the heavy weight of a harsh punishment. He had to hold up the heavens, and so it's Atlas. Number 6: Even though the gods between the Greeks and Romans are very similar, and they were named differently, there was one that was the same for both, and that was Apollo. I think a lot of people got those. Nicely done. Current events. What a great job by Peyton. Thanks for helping me beat Phil Mickelson this time around. Tom Brady showed up too. Kind of funny because if you watch the match, Tom Brady's not that great of a golfer. Made a couple big shots, but that's about it. What a fun day for even better cause. This was at Capital One's The Match this past Sunday, and that was quoted on Twitter by Tiger Woods. So Tiger Woods. Number 2, what city is about to have its government bypassed by plans to impose new national security laws? That is Hong Kong. Due to all the coronavirus and lockdowns, the Chinese government decided to take advantage, and I think are trying to push through some new laws to enforce upon Hong Kong, although I believe more protests have just started up back there. Number 3, how many states in the United States are now at least partially reopened? That is all 50. All 50 states are now at least partially reopened. Number 4, a Detroit priest used what to bless parishioners with holy water to help maintain social distancing? He used a little toy water gun to squirt at people so he could stay 6 feet away, and he would just shoot the holy water at people. Thought that was kind of funny. Number 5, on May 22nd, this car rental company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. That was Hertz. On May 24th, this world leader's trial began for corruption charges. That was Benjamin Netanyahu, Israeli. Benjamin Netanyahu. All right, number 3, 2 points possible for these. 3 points for number 5. So here we go. In Saving Private Ryan doesn't die, but the other main character does. That was Tom Hanks, and his name was John Miller. So Tom Hanks was the actor. John Miller was the character name. Number 2, this main character of Ghost dies in the first scene. That was Patrick Swayze, and the character name was Sam Wheat, like in wheat bread. Going back to 1939 in The Wizard of Oz, so death by melting was pretty intense for back then, I thought. That was a Wicked Witch of the West, and the actress's name was Margaret Hamilton. Captain John Miller, yes, okay, sure. Margaret Hamilton was the actress's name. Number 4, this important character dies by taking too many arrows at the end of the Fellowship of the Rings. Character name was Boromir, and that was Sean Bean. Sean Bean. And actually, while looking this up, Sean Bean has died a lot of times in movies, and a lot of them have been pretty gruesome. Number 5, Maverick, who was Tom Cruise in the first Top Gun movie. His partner in crime was Goose for 1 point. But if you got Nick Bradshaw as the other character name, that's a 2nd point. And the actor was Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards. And number 6, Brad Pitt killed a lot of people in the movie Troy, but he had a big fight scene with the character named Hector, who he killed, and there was Eric Bana. So Hector and Eric Bana. So that was all the answers. Let me go through and tally up the scores, and I'll let you know what the scores are when we start up the next round. Let's plan on get going here at about quarter of, so about 7:45, give or take a couple minutes. We'll get going on the next round. So thanks, everyone. Go get a beer, get a bite to eat, do whatever you need. I'll be back in a few. Everybody got Tiger Woods. Good job. Puerto Rico 52, Puerto Rico and Guam 2. Okay. Super Soaker, I'll count that. Everybody got Squirt Gun, very good. Everybody got Hertz, nicely done. All right, let's see everybody. I think if there's going to be a gap between teams, it's going to be here in this 3rd category. Oh, nicely done. Most teams got that. Trying to decide how strict I want to be. I might be on. Wow. Nicely done. Almost all the teams got Margaret Hamilton. Oh. Put Orlando Bloom die, but in Legolas, but no, he didn't die. He actually survived the whole thing. All right. All right. So I game time decision. I made an executive decision. For a couple of these character names, I'm going to need first and last name. So I will let those know that I was looking for Sam Wheat for Ghost. So if you just put Sam, that's not going to be a point because other teams were able to put it in. So just a heads up on that. Right, race. Got through 4 teams. As of right now, we do have a tie at first. All right, I'm gonna go use the restroom. Got all the team scores tallied up. Nicely done. We have a tie for first, but then there's a team behind them by one, another team behind them by one. So it is still anybody's game. So we'll get going here in about 3 or 4 more minutes. So keep enjoying the break, and I'll be back in a second. Now looking at some of the comments here, yeah, we probably could do a whole category on Sean Bean's deaths. He does tend to die a lot in his movies. I think I gave Captain Miller because last names are definitely more specific than just a first name. Yeah, everybody got that one. Great hair. I know it's getting super long for those that. My hair is getting pretty fluffy and long, so this is the only way I'm containing it right now. I did try to fix my hair in the bathroom a little bit, but and yes, back in my playing days, it's not working now. Screw it, let it go. I gotta be super long and fluffy now. All right, could just wear it. Yeah, I know, but I kind of decided that I'm gonna let my hair grow out now, and I think get it to a point where I can pull it back. Never done that before, so this is the best time to do it since I haven't been to the barber in over 2 months. So you guys might as well keep it going. We'll have to go and get it cleaned up eventually. All right, welcome back. 7:45. Let's get the next 3 categories going. Wait, Alan, you grew a beard. I think we need proof of that. I definitely think we need proof of that beard. Anyway, looking at the tallies and placement for teams at this point, it looks like the KOs are down at 13, followed by Team Cool at 17, 18 with Titanic Swim Club. 23, Man in the White Castle. 24, Eye of the Scorpio, and Quiz in My Pants, and Team 42 at 25 in first place. So a tie at 25, 42 in Quiz in My Pants. Man in White Castle, one behind, and one behind them is Eye of the Scorpio. So that's how we're looking at this point. Moving on to next three categories. So category number 4, there is a separate link. Hopefully you've clicked that in the Facebook page, event page, to pull up the next set of answer sheets. So here we go. Question number 4. Category number 4. I haven't even finished one beer. Category number 4 is science. So science for category number 4. Here we go. Question number 1. Question number 1. Of the substances that are liquid at or near room temperature, there is only one that expands when it freezes. What is that substance? So of the substances that are liquid at or near room temperature, this is the only one that expands when it freezes. Question number 1. That was question 1 for science. Of the substances that are liquid at or near room temperature, this is the only one that expands when it freezes. Abby, I'm actually going to, I think, go for that. I'm going to try to get it and pull it back. Not quite there yet, though. All right, question number 2. Thanks, Mike. Question number 2 for science. This one's a little long, so just bear with me. What is the observable phenomenon that is commonly associated with the spinning object moving through the air or another fluid? So the path of the spinning object is deflected in a manner that is not present when that object is not spinning. So an example of this would be a curved ball in baseball, or a soccer ball, like Bend It Like Beckham. Okay. So what is the observable phenomenon that is commonly associated with a spinning object moving through the air or another fluid? The path of the spinning object is deflected in a manner that is not present when that object is not spinning. An example of this is a curved ball in baseball, or a soccer ball when David Beckham kicks it and makes it curve so much. What is that observable phenomenon? All right. Science, category 4 science, question number 3. Question number 3, who was the author of the 1859 book on the origins of species? Number 3, who was the author of the 1859 book on the origin of species? Question number 3. Slider Byrnes equals man buns. Nice. Slider buns. All right. Question number 4 in science. Category 4 science. Question number 4 for 2 points. There are only 2 letters that do not appear on the periodic table. Name them. There are only 2 letters that do not appear in the periodic table. Name them. So, and this is the abbreviation of the symbols. So the elements is the abbreviated initials, sorry. Not with the names itself, just the abbreviated, the initials, the abbreviation form. In those abbreviations, 2 letters are not present. What are those 2? All right, so that's number 4, the 2 letters on the periodic table that do not appear. Again, that's in the abbreviation, or the abbreviation form, I guess, best way to put it. Number 5, the Mpemba effect says what about water? So I'm typing it so you all can read it too. Mpemba effect says what about water? Mpemba, Mpemba effect. What does it say about water? That's question 5. All right, moving on to question number 6. Question number 6. Bread, soft drinks, alcohol, salt and pepper, and ice cream were all banned foods where? Once again, bread, soft drinks, alcohol, salt and pepper, and ice cream are all banned foods where? Question number 6. Yes, Thomas, I can definitely repeat number 5. I'm trying to see if I can do something here. Does that work? No, it doesn't work, does it? Number 5. So that was all 6 questions. So number 5 was the Mpemba effect says what about water? And that's Mpemba. I typed it in the chat. That's Mpemba effect. What does it say about water? That's question number 5. And yes, they're currently banned. They're not allowed to go to this place. So where are these foods banned? Yep, number 6 again for you. Bread, soft drinks, alcohol, salt and pepper, and ice cream are all banned foods where? Foods and drinks. Banned where? Any other repeats for anybody? Banned by others or banned by the country? Just banned in general. They're just banned foods. They're not allowed there. Number 5, Mpemba effect says what about water? Mpemba. As I typed it into the chat page, so you can see how it is spelled. All right, I think that's all of them. Moving on to category number 5. Category number 5. 6 again. Bread, soft drinks, alcohol, salt and pepper, and ice cream are all banned foods where? Foods and drink where? All right. I can come back to repeat them later on if you need. I'm going to keep it going here. Category number 5 is holidays. So we just had our Memorial Day weekend here this weekend. Nice long 3-day weekend for some of you. Others of us just been doing what we've been doing during this weird time. I did find some of these through the Congressional Research Services for some of these. So the first couple is 50-50 chance for you, and we'll move on from there. So question number 1 in holidays, I'm going to give you 2 holidays. You tell me which one was established first. Okay, so which one became like an official federal holiday first? So Memorial Day or Labor Day? Which one was established first? Memorial Day or Labor Day? Question number 1. So 50-50 chance. It was really close, I'll give you that. It was about 6 years apart. But which one came first, Memorial Day or Labor Day? Don't will. It's in the U.S. Because I'm pretty sure 99% of everybody playing is originally from this country, and I think the only one is that I know of. Well, you're Canadian, but my wife is Romanian. But besides that, it should be okay. So that's why I kept it U.S. based. Well, good. UK joined with us. Alex left the room. She's mad at me. All right. So that was number 1, Memorial Day or Labor Day. Number 2, same idea. I'm going to give you 2 holidays. Tell me which one came first. Columbus Day or Veterans Day? Columbus Day or Veterans Day? Columbus Day or Veterans Day? Which one came first? All right, those are kind of easy. At least you can just write one down and change it later. Moving on, number 3 for category 5 in holidays. So there are how many federal holidays that are designated by Congress? So how many federal holidays are there that are designated by Congress? Question number 3. Give you guys a little time to talk this one out. All right, so that was number 3. How many federal holidays are there that are designated by Congress? Moving on to number 4 for holidays, for category 5. Which president established that the 4th Thursday in November would be the official date for Thanksgiving so as to, and I quote, stabilize a date so that there would be no confusion at any time in the future? Which president established the 4th Thursday of November to be the official date of Thanksgiving so as to stabilize the date so that there would be no confusion at any time in the future? Question number 4. All right, moving on. Moving right along. Question number 5 in category 5, holidays. Memorial Day was yesterday, but it was called something else beforehand. What was Memorial Day originally called? What was Memorial Day originally called? Question number 5. That was number 5. What was Memorial Day originally called? Number 6 is real similar. Veterans Day was also called something else originally. So what was Veterans Day originally called? What was Veterans Day originally called? Question number 6. All right, so that's all 6 questions in category 5. If you have any need for a repeat, please let me know. Anybody? Repeats for category 5 for holidays? All right. Well, I guess we'll move right along to category 6. And this is my kind of go-to. I've done this, I think, the past 3 weeks now. It's my 1 to 6. So every answer, question 4. Question number 4, back in holidays. Which president established the 4th Thursday of November to be the official date for Thanksgiving? And he said, he's quoted saying, this is to stabilize the date so that there would be no confusion at any time in the future. So number 4, I'm looking for president. All right, back to category 6. This is my 1 to 6. Pretty sure everybody knows what this is. The answers are number based, so the answer will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And once you use that number, you cannot use it again. So you can only use the number 1 once, the number 2 once, and so on. So when you get to the last question, whatever number you have left over should be your answer if you've answered everything correctly. So category 6, 1 to 6. And again, we can always go back and repeat anything in these past 3 categories at the end of this. So here we go. Question number 1. How many species of mammals lay eggs? How many species of mammals lay eggs? How many species of mammals lay eggs? All right, moving on. Question number 2 in 1 to 6. Question number 2. This is how many U.S. vice presidents that have won a Nobel Prize. So how many U.S. vice presidents have won a Nobel Prize? I'll give you a hint. It's at least 1, but not more than 6. So how many vice presidents, U.S. vice presidents, have won a Nobel Prize? Question number 2. All right, moving on to question number 3. Question number 3. This is how many recognized coins are made today in the USA. So for currency, for coins, currency, this is how many different coins are made today in the USA. Again, recognized currency coins in the USA. How many? All right, moving on to question number 4. Question 4. I don't know why I'm on a president thing here, but this is how many presidents that lost their wives while in office. So this is how many presidents lost their wives while in office. Question number 4. All right, moving on to question number 5. Question number 5. How many generations of PlayStation consoles have there been? Now, not including their handheld devices, handheld game devices. I'm actually talking the PlayStation consoles. So how many generation of PlayStation consoles have there been? Once again, I'm not including their handheld devices. I'm considering those like a different platform. So how many generations of PlayStation consoles have there been? At this time, Mike, how many PlayStation generations have there been? At this time. So if you cannot own it now, it doesn't count. Like full on the market consoles. And number 6, last one of the night. Question number 6 for 1 to 6. Sticking with the gamer theme here. How many generations of Xbox have there been? How many generations of Xbox have there been? It's question number 6. And once again, same thing. Right at this time. So if you can't own it, I don't count it. That's all of them, everyone. So if you have any need for a repeat from categories 4, 5, or 6, please let me know. I'm going to give it about a minute and a half or so for you all to discuss. Ask me for any repeats, and then I'll go over the answers. I'll do the final tally, and we'll figure out who the winners are of tonight's trivia. Went pretty quick today. I think it was pretty straightforward. So. But yeah, at this time, we haven't heard any, at least I haven't heard any news about our Byrnes here in Bath or Brunswick opening up for next week. So unless somebody else would like to volunteer and help out a little bit, maybe allow Will and I to play on the same team one night instead of going back and forth, please feel free to volunteer. Like I said, we'll definitely help you out with logistics for this, setting everything up if you need. But yeah, thanks everyone for playing. Get those responses in, and we'll figure out who the winners are. All right, Quiz My Pants is in. Thank you. Question 1, question 2, 4. I'm going to assume that's category 6, Jillian? Just want to double check before I... Okay, sure. So category 6 in 1 to 6, question 1. How many species of mammals lay eggs? Question 1. Question 2 is how many U.S. vice presidents have won a Nobel Prize? How many U.S. vice presidents have won a Nobel Prize? All right, 42, Titanic, Eye of Scorpio, the KOs are in. I think we're missing Man in White Castle and Team Cool, I think, are the last two. Man in White Castle's in. I think we're missing just Team Cool. Hey, there they are. All right. Everybody's in. Let's go over some answers. Then I'll do my tally, and I'll get back to you with the final. Oop, I didn't want to do that. All right, so get my answers pulled up here. All right, going up to category 4 here in science. So, question 1. Of the substances that are liquid at or near room temperature, there's only one that expands when it freezes. That's water. That's water. Number 2, what is the observable phenomenon that is commonly associated with spinning objects while moving through the air or another fluid? So this is an example of a curveball dropping from a pitcher in baseball, or say David Beckham kicking a soccer ball and making it curve about 4 or 5 feet. That is called the Magnus effect. The Magnus effect. Now, if you don't know what this is, which I don't know how you guys all responded, a lot of you put a little English on it. That's good. If you haven't looked up the Magnus effect, go on YouTube and type it in. I think there's some Aussies that were at like the top of a dam and had a fun experimenting with this, and it's a pretty cool video. So Magnus effect. Number 3, who was the author of the 1859 book on the origin of species? That was Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin. Number 4, for 2 points. There are only 2 letters that do not appear in the periodic table. What are they? Now, I said this was for the abbreviation. It's the letter J and the letter Q. Letter J and the letter Q. The Mpemba effect, for number 5, the Mpemba effect, that's M-P-E-M-B-A, says what about water? And this was, oh, goodness, Tanzanian. So this young kid, high school age kid, noticed this, and it's named after him. And he noticed that hot water actually freezes faster than cold water. That's what the Mpemba effect is. Now, they did find out it's only at a certain temperature range that it does this, but hot water can freeze faster than colder water. So that's the Mpemba effect. Number 6, bread, soft drinks, alcohol, salt, pepper, and ice cream. This is not, they're not allowed in space. They're not allowed in space. So one, bread and salt and pepper, pretty self-explanatory. Little bits and crumbles can float around and get into instruments, causing malfunctions and things like that. Soft drinks, this was a fun fact I learned. You can't burp in outer space because burping with gravity, the liquid and solids go down with gravity and the bubbles go up. But since there's no gravity, if you burp, you actually vomit. So soft drinks aren't allowed because it'll help. It might make you burp, which means you might be vomiting in outer space. Alcohol, obvious. We don't want people trashed in space. Ice cream, pretty simple. There's no way to keep it frozen. I mean, there is dehydrated ice cream, but actual ice cream, it's just not allowed. There's another one that said pizza was on the list, but it's not technically banned. It's just there's no way to really cook it up there, so they just don't have it. Yes, Maddie, there is dehydrated, but actual ice creams, no. Rabble, rabble, rabble. All right, number 5, moving on to holidays. Number 1, which came first, Memorial Day or Labor Day? Memorial Day was 1888 and came first. Labor Day was 1894. So Memorial Day. Number 2, Columbus Day or Veterans Day. That is Veterans Day. So Columbus Day was 1968. Veterans Day was 1938 or 1954, depending on what date you want to look at. Number 3, how many federal holidays are there that are designated by Congress? That is 10. 10. Number 4, which president established the fourth Thursday of November as the official date for Thanksgiving? That was FDR. FDR, he actually tried to implement the third Thursday for Thanksgiving to help give businesses an extra week for selling Christmas stuff. But everyone was so used to the fourth Thursday or the first Thursday in December that it didn't work. And so he put it in law or put in the books to be the fourth Thursday. So FDR. All right, number 5, Memorial Day was originally called Decoration Day. Decoration Day. And number 6, Veterans Day was originally called Armistice Day. Armistice Day. All right, I'm probably going to throw some curveballs here on this one. I'm probably going to upset some people, especially probably my wife. But here we go. Number 1, for 1 to 6, how many species of mammals lay eggs? 5. So there is the platypus, and then there's 4 different species of echidnas that lay eggs. So 5 different species of mammals lay eggs. Number 2, how many vice presidents have won a Nobel Prize? Just one, that was Al Gore. Number 3, and fun fact, 4 presidents. Number 3, how many different coins, currency coins, are made in the U.S. today? That is 6. Okay, they got the penny, the nickel, the dime, the quarter, half dollar, and dollar. Number 4, how many presidents have lost their wives while in office? That is 2. Number 5, how many generations of PlayStation consoles have there been? It is 4. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 is going to be released, I think, around Christmas. And number 6, how many generations of Xbox have there been? The last possible answer is 3, although they are coming out with the, I think, was it Xbox X this fall also. So 5, 1, 6, 2, 4, and 3. So let me go over the answers everybody has, and I'll get back to you with the final score in a few minutes. Oh. A little English on it. I love it. Man in White Castle. That's great. Hey, oh, almost everybody got the J and Q. Titanic, you're close. Got the Q. I like some of the answers where those foods are not allowed. North Korea, India, Cuba, and UAE. That's pretty good. Oof. Ooh, a lot of people got the 10. See down. It's where everybody got Armistice Day. Nicely done. There might be a good shake up in the scores on this one. Oh, I don't know. Only one team aced the last round. Nicely done. Ooh. Yeah, I think there's going to be a pretty good shakeup in the scores. Put a little English on it. All right, everyone. Well, we do not have nose enough. Sorry, I was really focusing on the spreadsheet I'm looking at to get everything. Xbox Series X, Series X, yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to that, even though my wife did buy me an Xbox One for Christmas this last year. That's going to have to last me a while, but no need for a tie break this week. We do have an outright winner, winning by 2 points. Dominating the last three categories, only missing one out of the possible 19 points. But here we go. So thank you all again for playing. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Again, please feel free to check the link out for the GoFundMe page to help out our fellow, the great staff at Byrnes in Bath and in Brunswick. We appreciate everything they do there, and we keep going back because we enjoy the atmosphere and everything they do for us there. We enjoy the food, the drinks, and we want to continue doing that. So please click it. Please donate. Again, just what we say is just that tip to be perfect. If not this week, maybe next week or whatever. Anywho, my name's Andy. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. I think Will's going to be hosting that next week, but please, if someone wants to jump in and volunteer, please let me know or let Will know. We'll help you out. It is quite a bit of fun. So for the scores, let's see here. 22 points is Team KOs, so my friends from the ships down in Arizona, 22. Next above them at 25, two teams, are the Scorpio and Man in White Castle. And then 1 point up from there is Titanic Swim Club with 26. 1 point up from them is Team 42 at 27. 4 up from them, is Team Cool at 31 and winning tonight, having only missing one in that last three categories, 18. Quizzing My Pants with 33 possible points. Nicely done to Quizzing My Pants, taking the crown for this week. Just kicking some butt there with that last one. Very, very nicely done. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Again, my name's Andy. Enjoy your time. And if you're getting out there as things open up, I do ask, please be safe. Still continue to wash your hands. Try to be conscientious of your distance from people. That's one good thing I think with this whole thing is people are not conscientious of their social surroundings. And I think this has helped bring people out of their own little world. So please be safe, wash your hands, keep some distance. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. Use hand sanitizers in local businesses. But that's all from me. Enjoy the rest of your week. Here in Maine, it's supposed to be, I think, at least in the 70s, if not 80s for the rest of the week. And I think Will's hosting next week. Thank you all. Enjoy your time, and I hope to see us all back at Byrnes in the very, very near future. Your score for Team 42 was, sorry. So wait, I did those scores really, really wrong. Sorry, you had 37 for Team 42, but Team Quizzing My Pants had 43. That's what it was. And Man in White Castle also had 35. Wow, my math was really off. People doing math like, Andy, what are you smoking? The Scorpio had 35. 26 for Titanic. Yeah. 31 for Team Cool. 35 Man in White Castle. 35 out of the Scorpio. 37 Team 42. But 43 was for Quizzing My Pants. So, wow. Thank you for that, everyone. I'm just finishing my second beer. I have no excuse for that. Wow. Yeah. No, so yeah. Quizzing My Pants are the winners for tonight. Again, nicely done. We'll see you next week, and I'll be playing. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.